So playing Dollar Bill, like
Yeah.
what did because you just walked us through what it's like to play, somebody who's not very likable as a human.
Right.
Was Dollar Bill a human? Was he a human being? Was he a human
He was a
being?
machine, man. Come on. No, Dollar Bill was. It's funny. You find inspiration in odd places.
Yes.
With the clipped character, I sort of decided he was a cross between Smithers and Ned Flanders.
Okay.
Like, he had to be upbeat all the time. Hidely ho. Yes, sir. I will eat crap. Fine. Can I have some more? But with Bill, it was more. I just started. I think the first day, I realized my legs were planted like really far apart, and my arms were always crossed, and my jaw was jutting. And I was like, "Oh, that's the character." So,
That's it.
Yeah, and from that, all the attitudes sort of poured forth. But yeah, you find little ways of keying into a character, and then sometimes it's surprising. And when I told the showrunner after we wrapped Clipped that I was that I was a cross between Smithers and Ned Flanders, she's like, "That's awesome. I'm really glad you didn't tell me that beforehand, but that's great."
Why?
Because I think it sounds flip.
Sure.
It's to someone who she didn't know. She wouldn't have necessarily known what I meant. And she was happy with the outcome.
That's great.
But if I had named it, she might have been like, "Oh, maybe expand, maybe something a little more sophisticated than two cartoon characters."
What was your favorite Dollar Bill moment?
I can't even.
You gotta have one or two.
Smashing Spiros's Porsche that whole day.
Did you really do that?
Oh yeah.
It was a real.
The stuntman did it the first time, and then I did about 25 smashes. It was like.
Was it? It was a real Porsche.
It was a real Porsche. Although, as the props people said, it was like, yeah, it's an entry level Porsche. I was like, what? What does it mean?
What is that? An entry level Porsche?
This was only $100,000 or something. I don't know.
So they brought an entry level Porsche in, and it was your job to smash it.
And my job was to hit a specific spot on the car every time, because then they could replace one section of it and still have a non-totaled car. Didn't happen. No, didn't happen. I was all over that
Your
thing.
batting average was, you hit like 200?
Yeah, I'd say I hit the spot maybe twice, and I think I said, "Oh, I got this." And then the third time of 25, it was just I hit the door, which I wasn't supposed to do. That kind of. That scene was amazing. Both Steve Kunken, who plays Spiros, and I were like hyperventilating like 12-year-old boys. It was like we get to break stuff.
Sure.
The fake fight was with Axe, of course, and pretty much anything I did with Bonnie. I like Sarah Stiles. I loved working with her, and she'd like out dollar bill periodically, and that was fun.
Well, I know you told the story last time you were here of the time we worked together, Kelly.
Yes, that's right.
From Fight Night.
That's right.
By the way, I just got like an $8 check from that the other day, which was great. Yes, an $8 residual check from Fight Night.
Wasted paper,
dude. But that was, again, I will always talk about this with you because of the star-studded. Scene with Deontay Wilder, Stipe Miocic was there, and then just you and Dan Soder like legitimately hitting each other, like
making asses of ourselves in a delightful way.
Exactly.
Hopefully, Deontay Wilder was in my corner. It was incredible. He just won. He was the champ, and it was really fun to get to know him. He was like the sweetest guy in the world,
right?
But yeah, it probably won't come as a surprise to anyone who's watching who has seen the episode that neither Soder nor I can box. But
he did break your rib, though.
Yeah, he did. Right? We had a whole thing. The whole thing was choreographed, and the very first take of the very first shot, he hit adrenaline was a little too high. He was supposed to hit me in this little flak thing I had, and pulled back, and he didn't. He drove through, and it was high, and I heard a chunk. As I think I said before, I was like, that's not good.
Soder broke your rib.
Broke my rib.
The hell,
he says it was an accident.
That's not true.
No, you met him. He was, that guy.
He was channeling his inner Mafi, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what was happening.
He was pissed.
Do you got a good favorite dollar bill line that you can say on national television?
That I can say?
Yes. Where it was on the page and you're like, I'm going to make a meal out of this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I made some meals and was told to pull back a number of times, but
you really were?
I was, yeah, a couple times. It was just like, just say the line. I was like, oh, okay. They were like, we wrote a really good line. You don't have to put some, relish on it. Just say the line. Mm-hmm. I'm Kaiser Soze, mother effer, of course, was great. Yeah. And I remember Koppelman telling me, he was like, before we did, a couple days before the table read, he was like, I think I wrote maybe my favorite line of the show so far for you. And I was like, what is it? He's like, you'll see. And we went to the table read, and as soon as I said the line, he was at the far end, and he kind of leaned out and was like, I was like, yep, that's pretty much going to be the best line I ever say.
Can confirm.
TV.
Can confirm.
Can confirm, yeah.
I love that. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.